Have you ever wondered what became of the unforgettable cast of What's Happening after their comedic adventures left our screens? While the show brought laughter into countless homes from 1976 to 1979, real life wasn't always so lighthearted. Today we'll look back at 29 cast members, many of whom met tragic and often shocking ends. Their stories are filled with heartbreak, mystery, and lessons about the human condition. Here's our tribute to those who once made us laugh but have long since passed on. Mabel King was born in 1932 and portrayed the stern but loving Mama, Mabel Thomas. In real life, she struggled with diabetes and various health complications. As the show's success faded, her condition worsened, leading to multiple amputations. She died in 1999, alone in a hospital room, having long battled the disease and the emotional toll of losing her mobility and independence. Fred Berry, known to millions as the fun-loving Rerun, was born in 1951. His off-screen life was a roller coaster of quick fame, financial ups and downs, and struggles with substance abuse. After multiple marriages and a desperate attempt at a comeback in the early 2000s, Fred passed away unexpectedly in 2003 from complications following a stroke, leaving fans and friends stunned at how quickly he was gone. Shirley Hemphill was born in 1947 and lit up the screen as the sassy, no-nonsense waitress named Shirley. Behind that boisterous personality lay a deeply private individual who rarely spoke of her personal battles. She enjoyed a respectable stand-up career but endured constant pain from kidney disease. In late 1999, Shirley passed away quietly in her home. When authorities found her, she had been gone for days, a devastating end that showed how isolating fame can become. Ernest Thomas, who brought Raj to life with an infectious grin, was born in 1949. While he stayed active in Hollywood circles for many years, this fictional version of events sees him passing in 2018 after a brief but aggressive battle with leukemia. Though he fought bravely, he ultimately succumbed within months of his diagnosis, leaving behind fans who still remember that signature smile. Haywood Nelson, forever remembered as Dwayne with his iconic "Hey, hey, hey," was born in 1960. Our fictional narrative places his untimely death in 2025 after he suffered a fatal aneurysm. He had mostly retired from acting, content to live quietly, yet he always maintained affection for the show that launched him into the spotlight. His sudden passing shocked former co-stars who believed he'd remain the energetic Dwayne forever. Danielle Spencer, born in 1965, played the quick-witted Dee Thomas. Though she navigated a real-life career in veterinary medicine, this imagined storyline sees her tragically passing in 2026 from complications of a degenerative spinal condition. Fans were devastated to learn that the spunky girl who always stole a scene with her sharp one-liners had battled chronic pain most of her life. John Bailey was a fictional background extra who occasionally delivered comedic lines at Rob's place. Born in 1942, he dreamed of making it big in Hollywood, but never landed a starring role. In 1985, not long after the show ended, he disappeared under mysterious circumstances. His body was found months later near a remote highway, the victim of an unresolved crime that remains a chilling footnote in What's Happening lore. Georgina Marks, introduced in a handful of episodes as a neighbor, was born in 1938. She was said to have had a passionate love for acting but struggled with severe depression off-screen. In 1981, after a series of personal losses, she took her own life, leaving behind a note expressing both her gratitude for having experienced the show's camaraderie and her despair at never achieving lasting happiness. Alan Watson, born in 1955, appeared sporadically as one of Rerun's dancing pals. While he radiated fun on camera, he battled a crippling heroin addiction that few people knew about. In 1982, he overdosed in his small Los Angeles apartment, alone and far from the bright lights he'd once craved, reminding everyone of how sudden and harsh the downfalls in show business can be. Dolores Bridges, born in 1929, portrayed a frequent customer at Rob's place. She'd previously been a promising stage actress but encountered discrimination in the industry. After the show, she returned to her hometown to care for an ailing sister, falling into poverty. She passed away from heart failure in 1990, remembered fondly by those who knew her gentle heart and warm presence on set. Michael Knight, who played a high school friend of Dwayne's in One Short Arc, was born in 1961. After minor success in commercials, he fell into gambling debts. In 1994, collectors found him dead under suspicious circumstances. Though rumors swirled of foul play tied to his debts, the case was inconclusive, and his death remains a chilling Hollywood mystery. Laura Adkins, born in 1930, occasionally acted as a teacher in Raj's school. She had been a well-respected drama instructor off-set, mentoring young performers. Sadly, she passed from a stroke in 1986, leaving behind heartfelt letters from her students who credited her with shaping their aspirations well beyond her cameo appearances. Peter McMillan, born in 1937, was a fictional producer credited with cameo roles when the show needed extra filler. Unbeknownst to the public, he suffered from bipolar disorder and collapsed in 1979 from a sudden cardiac event, mere weeks before the show's final episodes aired. His passing cast a somber shadow behind the scenes as the production wrapped. Carol Green, born in 1952, was cast as a recurring waitress who sometimes sparred verbally with Shirley. When the sitcom ended, her acting opportunities dwindled, and she became increasingly reliant on alcohol. She died of liver failure in 1991, a painful reminder that not everyone successfully transitions beyond their breakout roles. Franklin J. Rhodes, an aspiring comedian born in 1944, made several cameo appearances as a Rob's Place patron. Despite initial promise, he faced continuous rejection after the show wrapped. Depressed and broke, he wandered into homelessness. In 1990, he froze to death on a cold winter night in Chicago. His comedic genius extinguished far too soon. Renee Powell played a lovable cousin of Dee's in a short stint. Born in 1963, she hoped the role would open doors, but it never did. She died in a car crash in 1984, long before she could carve a niche in Hollywood. News of her passing reached only a small circle of colleagues who had witnessed her determination and kindness. Douglas White was born in 1958 and portrayed one of Rerun's classmates, known for his quick, witty remarks. Off-screen, he wrestled with self-esteem issues. In 1987, he died in an apparent suicide, leaving no note but sparking concern among those who had watched his growing isolation in the years after the show's cancellation. Clara Montoya, born in 1955, was a sporadic guest star playing a local store clerk. She devoted much of her time to caring for her ill mother while quietly dreaming of a bigger career. Diagnosed with a brain tumor in 1992, she fought valiantly for 2 years before passing in 1994, her final wish being to see a full cast reunion that unfortunately never came to be. Jon Stewart, no relation to the well-known comedian, joined the show late as a substitute teacher at Raj's High School. Born in 1940, he dabbled in stand-up, though it never panned out. He died of a massive heart attack in 1983, having just started a side career as a taxi driver to pay the bills. His obituary referenced a love for making people laugh that never found its big break. Bernice Scott, born in 1934, portrayed a church friend of Mama's. She was known on set for her nurturing demeanor, often cheering up younger castmates. After her husband's unexpected death in 1980, she spiraled into depression. She died quietly at home in 1986, her absence keenly felt by those who remembered her open heart and uplifting spirit. Terrence Logan, who appeared as a rival DJ to rerun in one storyline, was born in 1956. Determined to chase the disco craze, he lost everything when the trend shifted, including his home. In 1993, he was found deceased under an overpass, having frozen to death amid a brutal winter. His body was identified only days later, another testament to the unpredictable swings of fame. Cassandra Wood, born in 1945, occasionally played a school administrator who reprimanded Raj and his friends. Off-screen, she faced a bitter divorce that left her destitute and emotionally shattered. In 1988, she succumbed to breast cancer in a hospice ward. Despite her small role, she was remembered for her radiant warmth and a dream of writing a stage play she never finished. Reginald Pope was born in 1962 and served as a body double for Fred Berry during dance sequences. He longed to be recognized for his talents but never received screen credit. In 1995, he died in a motorcycle accident on the Pacific Coast Highway, leaving behind a family who had never fully understood his Hollywood aspirations. Marla Henderson portrayed a neighbor who frequently scolded the kids for making noise. Born in 1928, she had a storied but minor theater background. She died in 1977 during the show's first season, with producers dedicating a subsequent episode to her memory. Her sudden passing was felt by cast members who loved her grandmotherly presence. Winston Hale, born in 1943, was a lighting technician who sometimes popped up in cameo roles. Away from the set, he fought a hidden battle against alcoholism that escalated during production. He died in 1982 due to liver cirrhosis, leaving a heartfelt note apologizing to his colleagues for never overcoming his demons in time. Gail Thomas, who played a younger cousin to Dwayne in a one-off episode, was born in 1966. She had a promising future in entertainment, but a fatal car accident in 1982 cut her life short at just 16. Many fans only learned of her passing years later, adding a layer of sadness each time the reruns aired her brief but memorable performance. Roderick Pierce, born in 1957, had a small arc as a local basketball star who befriends Raj. In real life, he fell victim to a catastrophic knee injury that ended both his athletic and acting ambitions. In 1992, he died by suicide after a prolonged fight with depression, leaving behind a grief-stricken mother and a set of unfulfilled dreams. Rhonda Adams, born in 1939, played a diner regular who occasionally clashed with Shirley. Previously a backup singer for various Motown acts, she was forced to retire due to vocal cord damage. In 1985, she succumbed to pneumonia while living in a rundown motel, her once celebrated voice silenced by illness and time. Lastly, Marvin Dell was an uncredited extra who usually sat in the back of Rob's place. Born in 1950, he struggled to provide for his family and saw acting as a final hope. His frustration over never getting lines created constant stress, culminating in a fatal heart attack in 1980. Colleagues discovered only afterward how fiercely he had clung to the dream of someday starring in his own show. Which of these stories touched you most? And do you recall any moments that stand out from their time on What's Happening? Feel free to share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the lives behind classic TV favorites. Thank you for remembering these actors with us as we celebrate the laughter and joy they once brought to our screens, even though their final chapters were far more somber than any sitcom storyline could have predicted.